Hey kite friends out there. Many friends have reported to me that they have some issues with Saru, and the most common problem seems to be that they are not even longer charging. That was also in my case. The warranty was sadly 2 months over, and the support don't want to help me with that. So special thanks to Wu team. So I hope I can help you with this video to at least have a chance to repair the Woo. I think it's not that difficult. You need some small tools and some time. A glue that is waterproofed, or some of marine grade glue, but I will link you that in the description down below. Yeah, so just start and I will show you how I managed or solved my problem with the Woo. First you have to remove the 4 small white caps to get to the screws, but don't get too excited. They are usually stuck together, so you have to carefully drill them out with a small drill bit. But don't worry if you drill too deep. Only the housing or the case is affected then, or damaged maybe, and no components, but you should avoid it because otherwise you maybe have to also glue it again on the top of the wood. That would be not so nice. Yeah, next step is to carefully lift the case with a flat small screwdriver, but of course it's completely glued. China scrap, I think. If the case breaks, that could happen. On one corner, it happens also to my Woo, but it's not big of a deal or a big problem because you will have to use a little bit more glue later. It's a good thing about that glue I suggest you in the description is that it is not static or fixed, but more like a hard rubber, and is used in the caravan manufacturing industry area or on boats, and there is nothing better than I know. It's very durable, and it doesn't matter about sun uh, or weather outside. It comes to, I think, minus 40 degrees up to even 60 or 70 degrees plus, so it's very durable. And here we see the issue. There are some contacts with suspension inside, which forces the contact to get contact to the charging controller on the main board. And normally it's okay, but on that kind of device, which are is outside and with salty water, it's a no-go because it corrodes, gets stuck, or even breaks. What was in my case was happened, and then after this, I tried to find out how I could get a replacement for that broken contact. But it's not so easy because you need the exact alignment and also the exact length, and it should be a little bit flexible and keeps the contact on pressure. After some tryouts, I also want to solder it firmly, but I lack the skill or even have not that small attachment. So I finally come to a not ideal solution, but maybe in the future I will replace it again with a more solid contact, which I buy on eBay. But for now it works very good and should be fine. You maybe have a better idea than I do, but for me it's working at the moment, yeah. Which helps, of course, a lot for testing purposes. Then is that you have maybe an old USB cable and just use it on the contacts outside to test if it's loading again, and you have successful contact, and here it happens, was successful, all fine. And here is the next mess, my charging cable was also broken or don't have good contacts on my woo, so I tried to fix them and to repositioning them, and in that case one contact was broken. Yeah, when shit happens then always twice. So I try to fix it with a small cap, but don't have good contact, so I try to also solder it firmly. So only good thing about that loading cable is that you can easily disassemble it. Just you need a small screw and then go into the case, and then it's get disassembled and you can easily fix it. Yeah, you need some flexible but still string wire. I used a wire end ferrule or sleeve, I think it's called. And finally I get it done. So final testing before glue the woo together. I was lucky because my battery was still at 50%, so I have some dry outs left, and stick it together, and yeah, it's loaded instantly. It's not it didn't load that fast or instantly in the past, so it's even better than before. This is magic glue. I think you can get it around the world. It's made from Switzerland, but I think also in US states or in Australia or anywhere you are, you could find some similar in your camping store, outlet store, or yeah, or maybe in do-it-yourself stores. You will find it or just ask for it. Yeah. So it's time to seal it inside. Don't use too much glue, otherwise it's maybe get also stuck on the battery, and next time you want to maintenance it, it's the battery is fixed. We don't want this. Yeah, it should be sealed fine. You could even try to remove the old glue, but I think it's not needed. But do not use, please, silicone like in housing or bathrooms. It should be marine grade. I know that there are some marine grade stores, and they also have some kind of silicone which are marine grade, and that should be fine. And at the end, some good old split. Why I'm doing that, you get it very smooth then, and it's not so harsh. Just make sure to seal it very good on the edges and also where the screws comes out. But please prevent to or avoid it to get any glue on the contacts. Of course, you can after it's finished, you can remove it again, but with that white, it comes in several colors, I think, the glue, but the most common are black and white, and yeah, white. You can see it's very cool. In the end, you need to have some pressure on it to make sure it's very stiff together, and also the most important thing about that is that you even get it again back into your loading case. So yeah, make sure it is aligned exactly, and then should be all fine. So glue need about 2 hours to dry on the outside, but for very good stiffness and final dry out, I think 12 to 24 hours. Yes, and that's it. Just test it again maybe to make sure the contact inside is still okay. Because now you can again remove it. And yeah, we are finished here, but I have one bonus tip maybe. I have that case, extra case where what you can do, put on your board. And it's a good idea, I think, because it's some kind of extra protection, but it's some kind lacks of water resistance, because there is some dents vertically aligned, but it doesn't make sense because on that vertical aligned dents there is no pressure on it. So when you have a dent where there's no pressure on it, it's not sealed, and that happens a lot. So it's some kind of not manufacturing, but yeah, engineering mistake, I think. I know it. I don't want to say it's it's wanted, but it looks like it's wanted. So what you have to do is put on that side where the case have pressure on the bottom case, put some thin glue on that, also let it dry, and then it's some kind of extra dense because the glue is like, yeah, rubber, and so it's sealed perfectly. And when there comes not any salt water inside or sweet water or any water inside, the shards is even better that contacts are not corrode anymore or not that fast like in the past. Yeah. So I hope that helps you. Write down in the comments what's your experience with the Woo. I have very much fun with the Woo, of course. I like it to compare it with friends, but at the moment I don't like the company itself. I know they have some new version of the Woo 4.0. It's wireless charging, so they know exactly about that problem, but that don't helps you when you bought a Woo 1.5 or 2 years and you paid around $200 for it, and now you're stuck because you have to pay for the next Woo even 250 or $300. So I don't want to buy for a gadget for my kiting sport every 2 or 1.5 years $300. So kind of sucks. Yeah, that's now really the end. If you like and helps the video, leave me a like or subscribe to my channel. That would be cool. So cheers, until next time on the water.